All right, so customer's complaint, we got a propane gas smell outside of our compartment where the tank is. And as old as that regulator looks in there, and as old as those pigtail hoses look, I'd say that that's going to be the problem. But let's dig in, investigate a little bit, see what we can find. Is it pretty smelly over there?
No, really smelly over here.
Yeah.
I couldn't really smell anything over there, but that could be the wind.
Yeah. Yeah. That crossover line.
The wind's blowing this way.
Yeah. Well, let's go get the suds and see if we can find anything.
There we go.
All right. So the predominantly the smell is on the other side of the fifth wheel. So we're going to go ahead and just spray right here on the crimp of this pigtail. That's a notorious spot for leaks. So if we see bubbles, we know we got an issue with that. And I'm not seeing bubbles. That's good. And then right behind, can we unlock this one too? Yeah. So right, if you follow this hose around to the back, there's a high pressure regulator back here, and those things are known to leak too. But like I said, I don't really smell the gas on this side. It's more on the other side. But we're gonna check this side too. See anything in there? Let me shine a light in there. Okay, well, I don't see anything going on here either. I've seen where that red cap on that regulator, the crimp around it, over time just gets weak and starts leaking. But I don't see any bubbles being blown, so I think we're all good over here. So let's go check out other side. All right, over here. Spray it on that pigtail.
Is it on?
Yes, of course. Not seeing nothing happening there. I don't like how rusty that connection is back there for that crossover line. The crossover line is not something we keep in stock. Can you see anything with the camera?
Almost.
I don't see any bubbles. Well, I'm not seeing any bubbles, but that don't mean the regulator ain't bad.
Now would the gas right now be running through that crossover and coming out since he has that tank out, or no?
Well, this tank's empty, right?
It's removed right now.
Mm-hmm. So, and that regulator is pointing at that tank over there. So if that regulator is doing what it's supposed to do, it's not supposed to let gas go through that crossover when it's pointing at that tank.
Gotcha.
It's doing what it's supposed to do. I'm just not seeing a telltale sign. Found it. Right there. What?
Oh, yeah.
I can hear it hissing from here. Bam.
Wow.
That's your huckleberry.
Man.
Now, that hose I don't have, obviously, for obvious reasons. But I can get that hose made for you if you want.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's why we were smelling it down low.
That's why
Yeah.
that thing's freaking bled down like it did. I ain't
Yeah.
even been here.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go shut off the bottle so we don't blow it all out that line.
Do you have to remove the hose
Yeah.
now and then?
Yeah. We'll take it to a
Like a
local
ammo?
manufacturer that builds out propane hoses, and then we can come back another day and put it in.
All right.
Yeah, I thought I was smelling it here at the water heater. Got about.
For a second, I started wondering, is it that exhaust?
I was following the gas line under the coach, and it was like the farther back I went, the more I could smell it. And I was like, man, is it the gas valve in the furnace? Oh, that's his refrigerator. And then I was like, well, maybe it's the water heater. And then it smelled pretty predominant in the water heater. And then I heard the hiss, and I was like, hey, what's that hissing going on? Yeah. All right. So your refrigerator right now is the gas load, it's trying to light on gas. All right, so old Jason got under there and removed the leaky propane line. And that right there is what we're talking about. It was leaking so bad it was hissing. And I'm glad I heard it, because it took me right to it. And I think, man, there's a crack on that side. No, it's just a scuff. All right, well, the customer wants us to go ahead and go get a hose built for him, and we'll bring it back and install that guy. Unfortunately, those hoses there are kind of a custom fit thing. You know, the manufacturer had a bunch of hoses of a certain length made because they're going to put them on this model on the slide out, and so trying to find something like that pre-packaged is going to be near impossible. So we just take it down to the local Hydrodyne dealer and get a hose built, and we'll come back and put them in, and he should be leak free, but we can do a leak down test and verify that. All right, well, we got our customer buttoned up. He originally called us for a power converter issue. He was not getting any 12 volts, and we ended up finding that he had blown fuses on his converter. Lucky day for him. Converters are real expensive. A couple fuses are a few bucks. So a couple new fuses. He's got 12 volt to his coach, and while we were there diagnosing, we noticed a distinct gas smell in the air. So we started checking into that by his request, and ended up finding a propane line that runs to the kitchen slide out. Had cracks in it and was leaking out a good bit of propane. So we removed that gas line. We're gonna have to go get one built, but we'll go back and put that in for him. And then while we were there talking to him about his water heater, he's new to campers, so trying to give him some education. Talking to him about his water heater and the electric switch on the water heater. It was absolutely broke. It was just freewheeling, and it wasn't clicking or nothing. So he asked if we could put a new switch in. So we put a new switch in and checked his heating element on his water heater to make sure that it was within perimeters, and it was all good. So yeah, by the time we left there, his water heater was heating on electric. We got his old propane hose to get a new one made, and now his power converter is charging his batteries and giving him 12 volt to his coach. So he's a happy camper now, and we are on the road to the next one. And if you don't mind, give us a like, subscribe if you haven't done it yet, and hit the notification bell. We're here to make videos to help folks out so they can either fix their own problems, or at least learn and understand more about campers. So if you appreciate what we do, give us a subscribe and a like. We sure Sure do appreciate it. And we'll see you down the road. Here we go.